Corporate America is falling, people. Corporate America is falling. If you are a part of corporate America or you know someone who is, I recommend that you send this video to them and stay to the end. I have 3 short clips I want to play, and I'll be right back with the why and what to do if you are a part of corporate America. But real quick, welcome back to the Reawaken Podcast. I am your host, B. If you are new here, I recommend that you check out the description box for more information on the Reawaken Podcast. Let's jump into these clips.
Concerns are growing about AI replacing some human workers. Major companies like Microsoft, Walmart, and Business Insider are laying off employees amid the rise of artificial intelligence in the workplace. And business reporter at Axios, Nathan Bomey's here for more on that. Nathan, thanks so much for coming on. Our team has tracked down some spikes in AI-related questions being asked on search engines. And so we wanted to bring you on to get your take and to be able to give responses to some of that. One of the big questions is what jobs you think will be first to go and what layoffs you've seen so far because of AI.
Well, just this week, for example, Procter & Gamble is saying that it'll cut up to 7,000 jobs. Although they did not use the word AI, they used the word digitization and automation. So I think that sounds like AI because the positions that are at most risk are going to be positions that involve a lot of repeatable actions, data entry, data analysis, anything that requires you to sort through all sorts of documents at scale. That's something that AI can do really easily.
Is there such thing as an AI-proof job?
I think that the most AI-proof jobs are going to be jobs that involve a lot of human interaction because at the end of the day, AI can't really replace those interpersonal aspects of humanity. So just chatting with other people and trying to coordinate, trying to innovate together, those are the actions that I think AI won't really be able to replace. But if it simply involves just rote memorization or the sort of communication that involves really basic words and phrases, those are the kinds of things that AI can do very easily.
Okay, so before we get into our second clip, AI is replacing jobs as does like data entry, accounting. These big corporates have found ways that they can be able to save money and have AI, artificial intelligence, do the job for them. And thousands all over America is being laid off. Microsoft, Apple, government jobs, federal jobs are being laid off and they are replacing these people with AI. I find this to be very ridiculous. Why, people? Because I don't know why they put so much faith in technology as if it cannot be malfunctioned, as if our technology are not being made overseas. And this is the reason why hacks are happening. People are hacking into people's bank accounts, credit cards, debit cards, and stealing money in different states. As it happened to me and my husband, $1,500 was stolen from us this month. And it in another state that we have not visited in a long time. So I don't even know why they put so much faith in in technology to the point that you want to lay off thousands of people to save on money as if they don't already have it. We're going to move on to the second clip.
Getting laid off from tech? Here are 3 things that HR can't tell you that you need to know. A lot of posts on social right now about getting laid off from tech. And there are posts by people who work in HR who are like, you can trust us, but you can't. HR is not your friend. HR is not on your side. Whose side are they on? They're on the side of shareholders. That's why you're getting let go. Here are 3 things that you need to do that HR will never tell you. 1, ignore everything HR says. They just say whatever they need to say to do what they need to do. 2, sign nothing. 3, document everything they say and take everything they give you and give it to your employment lawyer. And those are the 3 things that HR will never tell you to do, because then they may be liable for going against shareholder interests. Good luck. Take care.
Another thing, it's so crazy that you have to be this strategic. The reason why I'm saying this is because they are not even giving people the calm and courtesy to let them know that they are moving forward with AI. People are spontaneous, getting emails to come in the office at certain dates and certain times and being told that they are let go. People have put their blood, sweat, and tears in this company for 20 years, 15 years. Let's be real. Corporate America is not an easy job to work. It's not. It's not. People have families. People have their finances set up in a strategic way because of the economy that we live in. And they are just being spontaneous, let go. How about the student loans that they took out for this position, and corporate America is falling? We're going to play this last clip. This next clip I'm about to play is the State Department of Washington, D.C. 1,300 people were laid off. Listen, it's thousands of people all over America is being laid off from corporate America. Like I said, people had took out student loans for these professions. This is mind-blowing to replace them with artificial intelligence. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. As if this ain't gonna eventually malfunction or get hacked by people who created the software. It's mind-blowing. I think people need to inform their children on making sure they're doing research on what careers to take up if your child is heading to college. Let's play this last clip, and we're going to get into the why and the what to do.
Meantime, more than 1,300 State Department employees are leaving work for the last time. They are the latest casualties of the Trump administration's dramatic restructuring of the federal workforce. So just this week, the Supreme Court ruled the president can move forward with these kinds of mass layoffs. Matt Gregory has been at the State Department complex all day as people cleaned out their offices.
The mood in and around the State Department buildings, the Harry Truman building here and the complexes around, in a word, devastating. I talked to dozens of current and now former State Department employees, some who were laid off as we were speaking to them, and they were either too afraid to speak on camera or too devastated by what had happened. But as the minutes ticked down to 5 o'clock, we started to see more and more of their colleagues showing up to give them support, and some local lawmakers. Now, one employee gave us a copy of the reduction in force, or RIF, email. You can see it right here. And I'm told these started going out around 9:30 in the morning. Slowly, they made their way through the departments. Now, we walked from building to building, speaking with current and now former employees at the Truman building and other annexes, and we found them hugging, shedding tears, some unable to process what happened today, some saying they expected it for weeks. And then we came out to the Truman building around 4 o'clock, and that's when a small group of current employees, retired employees of the State Department, started to gather to show their respect and support for the laid off workers as they came through. There was clapping, hugging, crying, boxes being laid off, and boxes being taken into taken into vehicles. And as we watched it, we talked to one retiree, and we wanted to know, why don't they want to tell their stories? Why don't they want to speak? And this is what he said.
And being a retiree, I can speak now, but they're professionals, and ultimately, we support the policies of the administration. I think this policy, however, of RIFs, of skilled diplomats, skilled foreign service officers, and civil servants is a travesty.
Now, we also had local government officials showing up here. Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen came to speak to the crowd. We also saw Virginia Congressman Suhas Subramanian coming here, and I said, what message do you want to give to these folks, and what are you going to do to stop these cuts?
We're going to try. I can't do it myself, but putting on the pressure, making sure the stories are told about all the work that these folks do and how important it is and how it'll impact the American people. I think what we've found is that when we put the pressure on and we tell the stories, when we make the administration answer for things like this, they tend to back down.
No doubt Subramanian feels that these are cuts that we will see further down the line affecting America here and abroad.
Okay, so thank God for the workers that are coming up to support the other workers that are leaving out this state building in Washington, D.C. because they've been laid off. There were hundreds of people standing outside of Washington, D.C. of this state building because they were supporting their colleagues, and that was sweet, that was nice. And like the gentleman said, he's retired, so he can speak on the matter. But in the corporate world, and I'm going to get into that a little bit more in the video, but in the corporate world, the mindset is so different. Now, I have never worked in a corporate world, but I have people in my family and friends who have and still is working in the corporate world for many of years. And the mindset is definitely changed. They change your mindset. Hence, it's called the corporate world for nothing. It's not called a healthcare world. It's not called hospitality world out here. It's called the corporate world because it's literally a world of its own. Okay? That's how they made this to be. Now we listened to all the clips. Now we need to get into why is this happening. First and foremost, it's not the all and be in. I know the bills have to get paid. Some people are single fathers, single mothers. Some people, the income is cut short. If they are married with two incomes, they have children, they have mortgages, they have rent. I completely understand. You invested your time, your energy, you of a certain age. What are you supposed to do now? I get it. I get it. So I am here to bring some information, some details, some deep information on, let's start with the why is this happening? And we're going to get into what to do. Number one, you need to be able to discern the season. There is a season for your life, and there is a season in the world that the Lord is doing. So I'm going to repeat that. There's a season for your life, and there's a season of the hand of work, the hand of God concerning his work in the world. So the season that we are in concerning the world is a shakening. A shakening is taking place, and this is biblical. It happens plenty of times in the Bible when the shakening took place. Famines had took place, the flood had took place, right? Those are just some examples in the Bible. A shakening is taking place all over the world. Hence, floods are happening, planes are dropping from the sky. A shakening is taking place. And when there is a shakening that is taking place in the world, people, listen up. It is because the hand of God is rearranging some things. The hand of God is doing some things, demoting and promoting people. He's doing a switch around. Something needs to take place in a new way due to how things been operating, and it been operating in a way that is not pleasing to the Lord. So a shaking has to happen to the world, and the world is animals and people, and all living things in the world will be shooken. Will be shooken. So that is the season that we are in. Number one, the shaking is taking place in the corporate world because corporate people are too comfortable. We are not allowed to be too comfortable because if we are too comfortable, then therefore our faith will not be remained in God. If we are too comfortable, then we are not going to strive and do the thing that you really want to do inside of you, or what God wants to give you that is new. We are not allowed to be too comfortable. I believe corporate people are too comfortable due to the financial security. I believe corporate people are too comfortable because you really knows the ins and outs of your job, your everyday routine. You know what to do every second, every minute. Everything is so planned out and strategic. We are not allowed, once again, as humans, to be too comfortable. Corporate people got too comfortable. So the shaking is happening in the corporate America for that reason as well. Another reason, there's no peace in these corporate positions, these jobs. Corporate America, these jobs is no peace. And we already know if there's no peace, then your joy is going to follow up. There's going to be no joy. No peace equals no joy. And when your peace and joy is taken away, you can become miserable. You can become burnt out. And one thing for certain, two things for sure, we have to have our peace to be able to have a sound mind so that we are able to make sound decisions and be able to lead our household or be an example to our household. And lastly, the Lord has new plans for you. The word of God in the book of Jeremiah says, for I know the plans, and that's with the S at the end. So therefore, he has more than one plan for you. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. He declares that he knows the plans at the S at the end for you, declares the Lord. Plans for welfare. That meaning of welfare is your well-being. It's going to benefit you. Plans for welfare and not for evil. These plans are not for evil. So right now, it looked like you don't know how you're going to pay your mortgage. Now your household income got cut in half. Now you don't know what to do because you've been there 20 years and you was about to retire. You've been in 8 years. You've been in 5 years. You took out student loan. You was at your dream job. But it's not for evil. I don't care what the physical look like. It is not for evil. The plans that he has for you. Because the Lord did not intervene on you being laid off. Therefore, that was something that he wanted to happen in your life. You were a part of the thousands across corporate America. But he has plans, once again, with that S at the end, for you and not for evil. To give you a future and a hope, the rest of the scriptures say. To give you a future and a hope. You cannot have a future if you do not have hope. And hope, and that meaning is expectation. You must live and breathe in expectation at this time because your future is about to look differently in a wonderful, beautiful, magnificent way because of the plans with the S at the end that he has for you. One of those plans was for you to go into corporate America. That plan is over. There's a new birthing that is going to take place in the people lives who've been laid off in corporate America. So what to do if you are laid off in corporate America? What to do now? What to do? You can feel hopeless. You might not even know what to do with yourself because you've been working 20 years, you've been working 10 years, you've been working 8 years. You gave them your blood, sweat, and tears. You kind of put the job before your family and your well-being. What to do now? Number one, you need to look into your skills, talent, and gifts. It is an urgency at this moment. You look into your skills, talents, and gifts. And all three of those are three different things. It may be something that you've been wanting to do for a while now and couldn't get around to it because of your corporate job. Something you didn't even know you had deep down inside you because you gave all your time and energy to the corporate job. Number two, get with God to see about your next. It's important right now that you immerse yourself in the Lord in any way that looks for you, whether going to church, reading the Bible, praying, worship music, sitting in silence, however that is for you. You need to immerse yourself in the Lord so that he can lead you into your next. And that is important because right now, somebody back is against the wall. And you don't know how your future, your next is going to look. You may be of a certain age, 50 something, 40 something, even 60, and haven't retired yet and was about to retire. And you like, I'm too old to find another job. Where I'm going to find something at? This was my field. This is where I've been at. This is all I know. So you have to get with the Lord so he can provide you your next. Lastly, on what to do. It's time for your mind to be renewed. Why? Because you was just in the corporate world. I just said earlier in the video, it's not called the corporate world for nothing. It's a world in its own. It's a world inside the world, if that make any sense. It has its own way in thinking and being. Corporate America, and I'm saying this is a person speaking from outside in. Sometimes you need a perspective from a person who is outside looking in, because when you're in it, you can't see it like a person who is outside looking in. You get what I'm saying? And corporate world, it does something to the mind. It does something to the mind. It has people, listen, I got family members who has significantly changed on many different levels. I'm not saying they bad. I'm not saying it's good. But corporate America does something to the mind. It shifts the mind. Some people be too high on their horse. Some people put all their faith and trust in their money due to the great finances they have received from corporate America. The perspective is just off a little bit because corporate America trains the mindset, and I don't mean they physically change the mindset, but due to your job, due to how you have to be, it shifts the mindset and also a little bit of the heart posture as well. It be a little bit different. So it's time for the mind to be renewed in a different way. It's time to sit back and analyze ourselves and our well-being and our heart posture and see, do it need to be shaped and molded in a new way? Corporate America is falling. Corporate America is falling due to AI, artificial technology. I just can't believe that these companies are so greedy for money, because that's what it is. You make enough money. How much more do you need? So greedy for money that they are willing to replace actual human beings for artificial technology. I don't think that's going to go well over the decades. I'm sorry. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. The same humans who are building the technology are being replaced later on down the line. I don't think it's smart. I think it may be smart for the time being, but over the decades, if the world stay here and Jesus ain't come back yet, I don't think it's going to sit well. I might not be here to see it in life, but I don't think it's going to sit well eventually. If you had stayed to the end of this video and somebody came to mind, definitely send this video to them if they came to mind and they work in corporate America. But also, I want to say this. If this video have resonated to you, I have a link that I'm going to pin in the comment section. It's a video that I did early on when I first started this podcast. And the title is called New Direction in America, Small Businesses and Corporations, etc. I'm going to pin that in the comment section. Definitely check that video out if this had resonated to you, or if you're just curious of the video that I'm going to pin in the comment section and you just want to check it out. I think it will be very beneficial to you if this had resonated to you today. All right, that's all I have, and I'll see y'all in another video.